Code monkey get up, get coffee. Code monkey go to job. Code monkey have boring meeting with boring manager Rob. Rob say code monkey very diligent, but his output stink. His code not functional or elegant. What do code monkey think? Code monkey think maybe manager wanna write login page himself. Code monkey not say it out loud. Code monkey not crazy, just proud. Code monkey like Fritos. Code monkey like Tab and Mountain Dew. Code monkey very simple man. Big warm fuzzy secret heart. Code monkey like you. Code monkey like you.
There we go. Happy Halloween, Dino Dudes. It's me, the Raptor. Hopefully you can see me better now. And welcome back to the Halloween edition of the Raptor Reviews. Tonight, it's another episode of Reaction and Review with the Raptor. Unfortunately, it's not the VHS Velociraptor, because I couldn't find anything on VHS that I hadn't already reviewed or seen, or that looked like it would be a good horror movie. So, I was at Walmart the other day, and I found a 2019 or 2018, I don't totally recall, hang on. I swear it's 2019. Yeah. 2019 horror movie based on one of my all-time favorite games. I'm talking about... Let's see if I can do this. Doom Annihilation. Not sure if you can... Yeah, there we go. Doom Annihilation. It's a movie based on Doom, big surprise. But I'll be totally honest, when I heard they were making another Doom movie, I was pretty excited because I love Doom. Here's the honest truth, though, aside from the fact that this lighting may not work as well as I'm hoping, so I may have to mess around with where the placement is. I'm sorry. This movie, Doom Annihilation, I have not heard a single nice thing about it from anyone. Not from any critics, not from any Doom fans, not from any movie fans. I have not heard a single nice thing about this movie. That's not a good sign. Yes, before you ask, this is the Doom movie where for some reason the Doomguy is now a woman. Look, normally I don't have an issue with, a female taking over a male's role. In fact, often I think it can be quite entertaining, but Doomguy, this is the one time when I'm like, why would you change this? Honestly, my theory is this wasn't meant to be a Doom movie, but it was just some low-budget sci-fi film. At the last second, they got the Doom license, so they changed a few things. If you recall, years and years ago, at least maybe almost 8 years now, I reviewed the first Doom movie with Karl Urban and The Rock. I really liked it. I still do. It's not good, but it certainly is cheesy and fun. I don't think this one will be, but... You know what, I want to at least have some optimism because, one, it's got an R rating as well, so that's something at least. It might be gory and fun. And two, the back outright says, yeah, they made a portal to hell, essentially. They believed there was teleportation, but no, it's a portal to hell. So that already means they're on Mars, and there's demons, and hell, which is already more Doom than the first Doom movie. But I'll be honest, I'm not really looking forward to this one. Let's just hope it's at least somewhat competent. I might end up being the only person that likes it, like some other movies. So, for this Halloween special, let's all kick back, crack open a drink, and well, let's just dive right into Doom Annihilation. Okay, so I'd be lying if I said I don't really like the fact that they're actually using the key cards from Doom in this movie. I think that's a really cute detail. I'm sorry, I just really like that. Okay, that's cute. Sorry, the AI, like the Siri essentially is named Daisy, and if you're a Doom fan, I can't lie, but that's actually kind of cute. So far, it doesn't really feel like a Doom movie, and the CG is really bad, like really, really, really bad. But it isn't off to a horrible start. I certainly am curious to see how it's going to go, either uphill or downhill from here, because right now it's just a casual stroll, I guess. Okay, so I'm really seeing why people don't really like this movie so far. Technically, it's pretty good, aside from, like, you know, the CG, but, like, the sets and the costumes all look decent. This is some really horrible writing, though. This is the least Doom movie that I've ever seen. Granted, I've only seen one other one, but even that one was much more like Doom compared to this. Okay. They just found a soldier who was decapitated named William Blazkowicz. That is clever. I have to give them credit on that one. That's a good reference. I can't get upset by that. You know, it really sucks that we're still in, like, the middle of an action scene, and I am so bored. I really want to like this movie. There's some really good potential here, but they've turned Doom into just another zombie movie. It's like the Resident Evil films, but somehow even worse. Like, even the original Rock Doom movie was at least gloriously cheesy. This one is so dumb and full of such bad references and attempts at humor, I guess? I don't really know how to explain it. I'll try to explain it in the review, but man, I am just not having a good time. It only took them like an hour in this like hour and a half movie to actually get to the demons. They actually look decent. It's pretty fake looking, but I like the design, and I like the fact that they did kind of do the little fireball effects for the imps. It's decent. Sucks that it took us an hour to get here. Well, they did it. They somehow screwed up the BFG. Again. I hate this movie so much. And it just won't end. There's still like 15 minutes left. I just want this movie to be over. Okay, that was Doom Annihilation, and that was quite possibly one of the worst movies I have ever seen. This movie sucked. Like, oh man, this movie was horrible. So, you guys want to know what Doom is at its core? Fast, frantic, chaotic action where you're just mowing down demons. That's that. The plot? Simple. You're Doomguy or Doom Slayer. At the end of the day, you are on Mars or Earth or Hell, and you kill everything that you see. That's all there is to it. Yes, there is much deeper lore come Doom Eternal and even Doom 64, but at the end of the day, all you need to make a good Doom story is just fun, frantic, chaotic action. This was one of the laziest, stupidest, most ill-conceived, cliched, dull, unimaginative slogs of a film I have ever had to sit through. I know people don't like the Carl Urban rock Doom movie. I do. And I would gladly watch that 1,000 times before I would ever watch Doom Annihilation again. This is quite possibly one of the worst movies I've ever seen, and is bar none the worst video game adaptation movie I have ever seen. Nothing even comes close to it. The worst of the Resident Evil films, they look like gold compared to this thing. So you want to know what the story is? Simple. This military group ends up on Mars because, well, one of them may or may not have let a terrorist go. They really don't bother explaining it. And then monsters. That's it. Sounds like a pretty decent plot, you know? The idea of Doom is just, you know, fight demons, kill stuff, blah blah blah, save the day. Thing is, though, even though the Doomguy never talked, he had a personality. None of these characters have personalities, none of them are likable, none of them are interesting. I couldn't care less for any of them, and when they all died, I felt nothing but a complete and total indifference. In fact, I'm pretty sure I slept through at least 3 of their deaths, because I fell asleep at least 3 times during this movie. The plot is non-existent. It is desperately trying to connect itself to Doom with some of the worst references I've ever heard. These incredibly stupid references of like, oh, screw this, I'm too young to die, or I'm your ultra nightmare. They don't even work half the time. And every now and then they do actually have something that's kind of clever, like William Blazkowicz. That should not have been as clever as it was, or the fact that Daisy is the AI system. But you know what really, really does anger me? It's not even said if this is hell or not. The creatures that show up, yes, they are called creatures, even in the subtitles, at first, are literally zombies. This movie is essentially the first Doom movie again, mixed with some of Day of the Dead. And towards the end, all of a sudden it goes Thor the Dark World on us in the last 5 minutes, which then, you know, leads to the worst ending I've ever seen in any movie, probably in a few years now, where it just ends. Not even a, oh, here they come, just a, screw it, we're done, let's just end this movie and call it a day. And I'm thankful they did that, because I didn't want to keep watching this thing. But I hate that they did that, because the ending is so unsatisfying and so ill-conceived that it just left me kind of angry, to be honest. There's not a single likable character, there's not a single interesting character, there's not a single interesting plot point. Everything in this movie has been done before. This is generally, just quite honestly, one of the laziest movies I have ever sat through. And I've sat through 6 Sharknado movies. I've sat through hundreds of B-Shark movies. All of them have more passion, more entertainment, more character, more everything. This movie is horrible. At no point do you ever feel like you want these characters to succeed. At no point do you ever feel like you're watching a Doom movie. And throughout the entire movie, I kept finding myself struggling to stay awake. So yeah, apparently instead of demons, we now have zombies, up until we start seeing imp-like creatures towards the end, when all of a sudden they actually look kind of decent, but don't do anything, because it's in this weird alternate dimension that may or may not be hell that the movie's too lazy to try and explain or justify. I hate this movie. I really do. And I hope the guy that made it either learns how to make a decent movie or never makes another movie. Because, frankly, after seeing this, I would not give this guy any money to make a movie. Does that sound overly mean? Yeah, but guess what? It's true. Even friggin' Thanksgiving 3 at least had entertaining scenes in it. This is one of the dullest action movies I have ever seen. During all these firefights, all these shootouts, I kept sitting there thinking, okay, when is this going to get interesting? At no point did I ever think, oh, this is cool, this is intense, this is awesome, this is Doom. I kept thinking, this sucks. Yeah, And part of that has to do with the acting. None of these actors know how to act. None of them even try. And it really shows. You feel nothing. You feel nothing but just boredom. You feel like your time is being wasted. It doesn't even feel like it's a fan film. It feels like it's just, they're only doing this for money. I just want to sleep now. So yeah, the acting is horrible. The script, horrible. The effects, this is the one saving grace the movie kind of has. Some of the practical gore is decent, and there is a decent amount of gore in this movie. Some of the sets look pretty good. I do like that they use the key cards from the new 2016 Doom. I think that was really clever. Oh jeez, I'm just tired. This movie put me to sleep. But the guns? Wow, do these guns look fake. Like, painfully fake. Aside from the one use of the double-barreled shotgun. And the chainsaw. But even the chainsaw looks pretty fake. And here's the thing. The BFG, the big effing gun, what it does is fires plasma that boils a group of enemies alive from the inside before blowing them up. Its whole thing is that it will leave nothing behind. In this movie, it essentially fires plasma bullets and seems to just be like another shotgun, essentially. Why can't a Doom movie get the BFG right? At the end of the day, the BFG is probably one of the things that Doom was best known for. Aside from, the crazy chaotic action. Okay, I left the case over there. Really, the effects are maybe the closest thing to anything competent this movie had going for it. And even then, they're barely competent when it comes to CG. The CG is abysmal. Part of that's because it's CG blood. But other than that, it makes the Sci-Fi Channel movies I review look good in comparison. Do you have any idea how hard you have to fail in order to make a Sci-Fi Channel movie look good? Music? I couldn't tell you anything about the music. It was so forgettable. Camera? The camera work was super shaky. It was competent at times, it's really shaky at times. At the end of the day, no, I cannot recommend Doom Annihilation for any reason. Not out of morbid curiosity, not because you're a Doom fan, not because you're looking for something stupid to watch. This is quite possibly one of the worst movies I have ever seen. Without even the slightest shadow of a doubt, this movie is Raptor spit. Do not watch this movie. Go watch the Doom movie with The Rock. Yeah, it's stupid, it's cliched, it's over the top, it's pointless at times, but it's fun. It's campy, it's cheesy, it's Doom. This is genuinely a horrible movie. I swear, this was not meant to be a Doom movie, but they somehow got the license at the last second. That is the only way I could ever understand this movie being as completely incompetent as it was. So yeah, complete and utter Raptor spit. There is no reason to watch this movie as a fan of movies, as a fan of Doom, as a fan of B-movies, as a fan of horror movies. It is not scary. It is not fun. Because let me tell you, Doom is not about walking around waiting for something to jump out at you. Doom is about running in headfirst and killing everything. I frankly would like to rip and tear this movie apart, but I am so tired, I'm just going to bed. Screw this movie. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry, Dino Dudes. I can't even work up the strength to be angry over it. This movie took everything from me, man. And what really sucks is this is the worst movie I reviewed for a Halloween special, because up until now, we've had a pretty good track record. We've done the first 2 Evil Dead movies, we've done Bordello of Blood, and Bones. They were all a lot of fun. This was not fun. This was garbage. I'm going to get some candy, I'm going upstairs and I'm going to fall asleep watching Dead Meat's Kill Counts. Or Call Me Kevin or something. I don't know. I don't care. I just want to go to bed now. So yeah, with all that being said, this has been the Media Raptor saying, keep cool, happy Halloween, and I will see all you Dino Dudes around. Good night. This movie sucked.